What was your take on how the team practiced indoors with the piped-in noise?
Yeah, I mean, we did that the last 2 days. This is one of the most, it's one of the loudest environments, specifically on the West Coast, but in college football. And if you watched the game last week, the way those defensive ends were getting off the ball, utilizing, the crowd noise to their advantage was a distinct advantage. I mean, they were getting off before the offensive line. So we've got to be elite. It's one of the hidden things in the game is not letting them get off on the snap count and not letting the noise get to us. So I think our guys have actually operated pretty well, but until you get in a live environment, the bubble with fake music sounds good, right, until the crowd gets there.
How does Washington manage to give up so few sacks for how much they pass and how explosive they are in the passing?
Well, their O-line is really good, so they're talented. They win a lot of one-on-ones, which is what football boils down to. So it's not just on the perimeter. If you get a man side, left tackle, left guard, and you're bringing two-man game versus their two people, they don't give up many sacks. Then you combine that with they have wide receivers who get open in man, which you play man, it's supposed to be a disruptive coverage, right, to make a guy hold the ball a little bit longer, right, or make him throw fades. And then you have a quarterback who gets the ball out quick versus zone defense. So they're just really good. And when you're really good, you can throw the ball, you have good wideouts, your quarterback gets the ball out fast, and your O-line can protect. You're not going to give up sacks.
So other than not giving up big plays, like what are some of the keys?
Takeaways. Got to takeaways, and you got to win the one-on-one balls. They're going to throw one-on-one balls, they're going to throw fades, and you got to come out on top of those one-on-one balls. And if you come out on top of those one-on-one balls, they're going to play in a 3rd and 8 game. And they throw the one-on-one on 2nd and 8. But you have to come on top on those one-on-one balls. And then the true key to the game is winning 4th downs and winning 3rd downs that can get them into a 4th and go scenario. 4th and 10, you can't allow 8 yards. Or 3rd and 10, you can't allow 8 because they're going for 4th and 2. And now you're on the field one more snap, and they have a really good offense on the field one more snap. You cannot just concede defeat on 3rd and 12s to say stopping them short is good enough because they're going to go for it a lot on 4th downs, and we got to get off the field. And that's one team this head coach and this coordinator do well is they sequence calls. They take 3rd and 9s and they get them to 4th and 2s and they go for it and they convert and continue. And they don't care where they're on the field. If it's 4th and 1 and they're on minus 25, they're going for it. They don't care, right? They have confidence in what they do. So that's going to be one of the key to the games is turnovers, and then that right there. Can we get off the field on 3rd and longs? And then 4th downs, can we win 50% of the 4th downs?
When you head into like a game where it's going to be hard to stop them on defense, how does the offense adjust when you might be in a game that's like a shootout or a game that's going to be a high scoring? How do you get your offense to adjust and be ready for a possible shootout?
Yeah, really no difference. You're trying to play complementary football. So you're trying to say, okay, if this is a good offense, can we limit possessions? Is there a way to limit possessions? Does limiting possessions affect us offensively? Slowing it down, does that affect our rhythm? So I think there's a balance. I think obviously if you can control the clock, that keeps a good offense on the field. But at the end of the day, football is not about the amount of possessions. It's about points per possession. It's about efficiency. So yeah, we can slow the clock down and give them 9 possessions and keep the game quote unquote close. Who cares? The goal is to win. And in order to win, you have to have more points per possession. So we're worried about how can we be the most efficient on offense, how can we be the most efficient on defense. And may that mean slowing the clock down at certain times to keep them a possession out of their hands in a minute and a half? Yes. Does that mean if our defense is tired, slowing it down so they don't have to take the field again? Yes. But does that mean holistically, our goal is to not limit the amount of points they score. It's to limit the points per possession and score more points per possession. So we're always looking to do that.
And then, Coach, when you talk about obviously them getting rid of the ball quick, not without giving them all the game plans, not asking, but doing blitzing, to picking your times to like blitz, like you said, to get them off schedule. What is the biggest challenge in doing that with how they run their offense?
Yeah, the challenge is they're really good. So you blitz, they either throw a one-on-one fade and they win 70% of them, or you blitz and it's zone defense and he delivers the ball before the blitz gets there. So, or you don't blitz and they win their one-on-ones up front and he has all day to throw. So I think the key is to mixing it up and trying to get them uncomfortable, which has been really, really hard to do over the last 2 years. But that's what we're going to try to do. And then winning your one-on-ones up front. Everybody's going to talk about the perimeter. A guy catches a fade on somebody. we should really be looking at, do we win our one-on-ones at defensive end versus offensive tackle when we're rushing 4? If we can win those one-on-ones at 3 technique versus the left guard, at defensive end versus the right tackle, if we can win those one-on-ones, it's going to allow us to play coverage, play more match principle, and still impact the quarterback. But that's what they do a great job of. That's why they're one of the best offenses in college football, because they're complementary. There's really not many, tinks in the armor.
Sam Benjamin was working on offense today, and then you had like a snap away from, Kyle Scott or Isaiah Coleman or somebody. Is it just desperate times?
Yeah, I mean, Sam's the next guy on our football team that we feel can help us. That doesn't, at this time rob Peter to pay Paul. I don't want to go take, a guy who's in the 2 deep over there and transition to the 2 deep, the 8th lineman. So we're trying to take the most athletic guy that we feel like could help us if things take one more turn, which hopefully they don't. Hopefully, we're due for some good luck. So hopefully that good luck is coming.
What was his reaction to that news like, and what has the reaction of some of the other players been when you have to tell them that they might have to move over to a different position?
Yeah, they either better do it with a smile on their face or leave. Those are the 2 options. No, we're not a selfish football team. We're going to do whatever the best thing is for the team, and that's for any position. If somebody ever has an issue with it, that's fine. It's their own personal decision, but it's my personal decision to make decisions that's best for our football team. And I want a team that's all in, and Sam was awesome about it. Sam ran over there, went over to the O-line in meetings, no issue in the world. People were joking with him, oh, you're an O-lineman now, and no issue with the world, just went back to work.
Coach, talking about those one-on-one matchups on defense, on offense, how critical is it for those explosive plays to open up and winning those one-on-one matchups?
Yeah, it's huge. We got to win one-on-one fades, and more importantly, we have to make explosive plays with the ball in our hand. Right now, getting the ball down the field has been a challenge, but we have been efficient throwing the football. Trenton's over 65% completion. We're throwing the ball for a lot of yards, so we got to be more effective with explosive plays in a quick game, which means, chasing the ball if you're a wideout that doesn't catch it, right? And it means getting vertical at wideout when you do catch it.
Coach, have you been working on more like end of game situations again this year and this week after that 45-yard pass against Colorado late in the game? Have you been working more on those late game situations?
We always work on those. That wasn't even a late game scenario. Like, it happened at the end of the game, but it was a base down call in the offense or in the defense for us. So that wasn't even a late game call. That was just a base call in our game plan. But we work late game scenarios every Thursday and every Friday. Perfect. Thank you. Appreciate it.